They're off. Along the inside, that's J.C. Pee-wee. Fidgets Midgets out fast. On the outside, Polo's Rusty pacing the storm takes the lead. And it's Polo's Rusty by 2.5 lengths. Fidgets Midget tucks in there second, racing in third to the quarter mile. Goes the J.C. Pee-wee, racing in fourth as the out of second there was Fidgets Midget. He goes back in there wisely as they go by the quarter. 29 seconds. The leader by 2 is Polo's Rusty. Fidgets Midget second by 2.5 lengths. J.C. Pee-wee is third by 4 lengths. In fourth position now is Blazing Winner, racing fifth. J.J.'s Parson, that's Corky Stardust sixth. Racing in seventh, Viewfield Skipper, Tony C. Port, and Black Ack. The leader, Polo's Rusty, 1.5 lengths. Fidgets Midget is right there second. Racing in third after a half mile, and moving from third there was J.C. Pee-wee, and driving from second was Fidgets Midget, and saving ground is Blazing Winner. They go to the 3/4 with Polo's Rusty holding the lead 1 length. Fidgets Midget racing second down along the rail. That's Blazing Winner third, racing in fourth to the upper turn on the outside. Comes J.C. Pee-wee, the 3/4, 1:30. On the front end, it's Polo's Rusty on a short lead. On the outside, second, comes Fidgets Midget. They're in the lane. Fidgets Midget on the outside. Polo's Rusty is still there, racing in third through the lane. Comes J.J.'s Parkins with Corky Stardust closing on the outside. A driving finish. They're off. That's Bubbling Crude towards the inside, coming away. Bet Your Bucks on the outside, Skippin' Happy. Skippin' Happy takes the early. Bet Your Bucks is second. Bubbling Crude third. Ranging up to be fourth as they swing round the turn. Fast Change on the inside. That's Who's a Fella fifth, racing in sixth position. Eagle 2. They go on to the quarter mile. The leader is Skippin' Happy. Racing in second on the outside now is Bubbling Crude. That's Bubbling Crude up to get that lead. Skippin' Happy is second. Bet Your Bucks third. Racing in fourth, Who's a Fella in fifth as they go to the half mile. Fast Change. Dewhaven Pete moves up sixth. Racing in seventh, Eagle 2. Shades of Victory is eighth with Fox Valley Falcon the trailer. They move into the half mile. Bubbling Crude leads 1 3/4 lengths. Racing second, Skippin' Happy. Who's a Fella comes on third. Racing fourth, Bet Your Bucks. Dewhaven Pete moves up fifth. That's Who's a Fella now taking the lead 1 length. Bubbling Crude racing second. Skippin' Happy is third. Dewhaven Pete on the outside racing fourth. Along the rail fifth. Bet Your Bucks coming on sixth is Eagle 2. Shades of Victory comes to seventh. They go off the 3/4 mile pole in 1:32. The leader by 2 is Who's a Fella. Bubbling Crude racing second. Eagle 2 on the far outside third. In the lane, Who's a Fella's under handling. On the outside, Eagle 2's closing ground with Bubbling Crude. It's Who's a Fella the leader. Racing in second is Eagle 2. Who's a Fella and Eagle 2. The judges will examine a photograph of the finish. Fails on the turn. They're off. Along the inside for the early lead goes Lockport Ideal with Worthy Wolf. Out in the middle of the track, 3 wide, Carey Society. That's Carey Society taking the lead. Moving up to be second is the Worthy Wolf. In third to the quarter-mile pole goes Lockport Ideal. Perpetual Bond is fourth. Beats the Best is fifth. In sixth, the Rum Eagle. They go off the quarter-mile pole in 29 and 2. The leader by a length and a half is Worthy Wolf. Racing in second of the 3 aces, Carey Society. In third position now, that's Lockport Ideal. Racing in fourth, Perpetual Bond. On the outside, Beats the Best comes on fifth. Racing in sixth to the half-mile pole is the Rum Eagle. Into the half-mile, Worthy Wolf leads quickly up on the outside. Perpetual Bond to challenge second. They move by the half in 1 minute and 4/5. Over to the 3/4, Worthy Wolf leads a neck. Perpetual Bond pressing on the outside. Second, racing in third is Carey Society. In fourth to the 3/4-mile pole, Beats the Best. On the outside, that's Perpetual Bond. Worthy Wolf along the rail. They vie for the lead. Carey Society is third. Beats the Best racing fourth. In fifth to the 3/4-mile pole goes Lockport Ideal. 3/4, 129 and 2. The leader is Worthy Wolf. Racing in second position on the outside, Perpetual Bond. Carey Society trying to come out third and does. That's Carey Society moving up on the outside with Worthy Wolf along the rail. Carey Society and Worthy Wolf. Turn. They're off. Along the inside for the early lead goes Governed Angel with Brett's Threat. 3 deep into that first turn goes Merger's Cousin. And around the turn they go. It's Merger's Cousin moving up on the outside to challenge. Brett's Threat racing second. In third goes Governed Angel. Strike Lightning takes a little tuck there fourth. Racing in fifth is the Paul Revere. They move off the quarter-mile juncture, 28 and 4/5. Merger's Cousin shows the way by 2. Racing in second of the 3-ace marker goes Brett's Threat. Now everybody's on the move. No shutting in here. They're all moving. The leader by 2 is Merger's Cousin. Racing in second of the half-mile pole. Brett's Threat a gap to third. Finds Governed Angel on the outside, moving up to be fourth. That's the Paul Revere on the rail, fifth to the half-mile. Strike Lightning, the half in 58 and 4/5. 1/5. Into the 3/4, Merger's Cousin by 2 on the outside. Governed Angel struggles up second. Brett's Threat is under a drive third. On the outside, coming on to be fourth to the upper turn. Paul Revere racing into fifth on the 3/4. That's PT Skipper. They go by the 3/4, 128 and a 1. The leader by 3 lengths is Merger's Cousin. Racing in second as they turn for home. That's Governed Angel. In the lane, Merger's Cousin leads by 8 lengths. Racing in second position through the stretch is PT Skipper. Oh, that's Merger's Cousin.
They're off. Shed and Shadow out quickly on the inside. Moving up on the far outside goes Ace Out with Native Flash between horses. They move into the first turn. Ace Out quickly draws out by 2.5. Native Flash racing in second. Death Row is dropped in nicely third. Shed and Shadow is fourth. Never a Baby racing in fifth. Entering the stretch now the first time. Ace Out has it by 2. Native Flash is second. Death Row racing in third. By the quarter, 29 seconds flat. In fourth position on the inside, Shed and Shadow. Here's Proudfoot Pal on the move fifth. Never a Baby back to sixth with G. Scott Valiant out there in seventh. Then a gap of 4 finds Senior Tequila in eighth. Racing in ninth on the inside, Valiant Vance. Trailing the field, Loose Change. Over to the half-mile pole. Ace Out has it a length and a quarter. Death Row now challenging second. Racing in third on the inside, Native Flash. Proudfoot Pal out there with cover in fourth. They're by the half, 59 and 3. They settle down the backstretch. On the front end, Ace Out has it a length. Death Row out there in second. Native Flash saves ground third. Proudfoot Pal out there in fourth. Never a Baby racing in fifth. In sixth position on the outside, that's Shed and Shadow. Senior Tequila comes on seventh. They move into the far turn. Ace Out still there a length. Death Row challenging second. Native Flash in third. Proudfoot Pal is still fourth. The 3/4, 130 flat. Ace Out now a length and a quarter. Death Row is second. From far back, here's Proudfoot Pal, followed by Senior Tequila. They turn for home. Ace Out a length. Proudfoot Pal coming on second. Native Flash racing in third, followed by Senior Tequila. Through the stretch, here's Proudfoot Pal taking the lead. A late move by Senior Tequila with Shed and Shadow. Ace Out still there along the rail. Proudfoot Pal with Ace Out. Proudfoot Pal in front.
They're off. That's Craig Hanover for the early lead coming away along the rail. Shockham getting off third. Elmer Hanover. Watch It is fourth. Racing in fifth. Guantanamera Slide is sixth. In seventh, Goldfella, Kathy Skipper, and See You Again. They swing round the turn, go over to the quarter mile. The leader by a length and a half is Craig Hanover. Shockham racing second in third. After a quarter, Elmer Hanover. The quarter, 29 3/5, staying out there by a length and a half. The leader is Craig Hanover, racing in second to the 3/8 mark. Goes Shockham in third position now. That's Elmer Hanover. Slide moves up fourth, racing in fifth. Watch It in sixth to the half-mile mark. Goes Goldfella, and on the move round the turn is Elmer Hanover. They move over to the half-mile. The leader by a length and a half is Craig Hanover, racing up on the outside. Elmer Hanover to be second, along the rail third to the upper turn. That's Shockham on the outside, racing in fourth. The Slide in fifth to the 3/4. Watch It, racing in sixth position. Goes Goldfella. They go to the 3/4. Craig Hanover stays out there a length and a half. Racing in second is Shockham in third. Elmer Hanover. Slide is fourth. Racing fifth. Watch It. They turn for home. The leader by a length and a quarter is Craig Hanover, with Shockham racing second. In the lane, it's Craig Hanover leading. Slide moves up on the outside to be second. That Slide moving up to take the lead. It's Slide in front. Number 6, Slide, is the unofficial. They're off. Me Brother out fast for the early lead. Coming away and along the inside as they drive for position was Mudge's Nero and Wave Damage, and around the turn they go. The early leader is Mudge's Nero, racing on the outside second. That's Wave Damage. Coming away third as they go to the 1/4 mile pole on the outside of horses. That's Silverdale Lad. They move into the 1/4 mile. Silverdale Lad on the outside is challenging for the lead. Mudge's Nero holds the rail. Racing in third position is Wave Damage. In fourth as they go over to the 3/8 pole. That's Stormbound. In fifth position is True Secret. On the outside, Maple Fritz is sixth. Racing into seventh goes Tamahu Tiger. Along the rail eighth comes Me Brother. Racing ninth round the turn as they go over to the 3/4. Lima Silver trailing the field, but on the move is Stolen Rhubarb. Into the 3/4 on the outside. Tamahu Tiger takes the lead. Racing in second position on the rail. That's Silverdale Lad. It's Tamahu Tiger moving out to a 4-length advantage. Racing in second to the upper turn goes Stormbound on the outside, racing in third. Maple Fritz. They've got to get to Tamahu Tiger. He's 6 on top. It's Tamahu Tiger, the leader by 6 lengths, racing second. Stormbound out in the middle of the track. Third comes Lima Silver. Tamahu Tiger, the leader. They're off. Along the inside, Ritmo's out fast with General Thorpe for the early lead. Coming away third, Dancing Egyptian, and alertly there General Thorpe tucks right in behind Ritmo. In third, Dashing Egyptian. Racing in fourth round the turn goes Pacific Renvey. In fifth, Listen Buster with Promise and Rusty Jones. They head down for the quarter. Ritmo leads a length and a half. Racing second, General Thorpe, the quarter 29 seconds. On the front stretch, the leader by a length as they go to the 3/8 pole. That's Ritmo in second position. Comes General Thorpe racing in third now past the stands the first time. Goes Dashing Egyptian. He pulls. Also on the move to the half mile is Listen Buster. Dashing Egyptian moves up on the outside. Ritmo easily keeps the lead, the half mile mark in 1 minute and 2/5. Ritmo the leader, racing in second, Dashing Egyptian. In third as they go to the 3/4. On the rail is General Thorpe. Listen Buster out there fourth. That's Rusty Jones fifth. Promise is sixth. They go to the 3/4 with Ritmo leading, Dashing Egyptian, the challenger second. Looking for room along the rail third as they turn for home. Comes General Thorpe. Listen Buster moves 3 wide. They turn for home. It's Ritmo, the leader. Listen Buster is closing on the outside. It's Ritmo leading. Listen Buster moving up second. Racing in third is General Thorpe. That's Ritmo, the leader. They're off. That's the Granville Whitey for the early lead on the outside. Tacky pacing fast. Full quota along the rail, and they bank into that first turn. That's Tacky on the outside, gaining the lead. Racing in second round the turn goes the Granville Whitey. In third is Full Quota. Racing fourth as they enter the stretch the first time. Marengo Bird in fifth. Infinity Brett. They go off the quarter 27 2/5. That's Tacky showing the way a length and a half. Racing in second to the 3/8 marker goes Granville Whitey. In third position now is Full Quota. Racing fourth. Marengo Bird in fifth. Infinity Brett, he's on the move. Coming on sixth is Voorhees. They go to the half mile. It's Tacky showing the way a length. Racing in second position to the backside on the rail, the Granville Whitey. Up on the outside to be third with the rush comes Infinity Brett. The leader is Tacky. Infinity Brett moves up to be second. Racing in third along the rail, the Granville Whitey. On the outside, Voorhees is fourth. Along the rail, fifth. That's Full Quota. Final 3/8 of a mile. Tacky shows the way. Infinity Brett gains ground second. Racing in third to the 3/4 mile pole goes Granville Whitey. They turn for home on the front end. The leader by a length and a half is Tacky. It's Tacky showing the way under urging on the outside, closing ground second through the stretch. That's the Granville Whitey on the outside. Voorhees comes on third along with Thornton Rip. They're across the track. Fails on the turn. They're off. That's Egyptian Senor for the early lead on the outside, coming away along the inside as they look for position. That's Ripple Isle. Sportin' Life moves up third, coming away fourth as they go to the quarter-mile pole. Falcon Adios with the captain, Captain Vic. They go down to the quarter. The new leader is Sportin' Life. Egyptian Senor racing second in third after a quarter mile. Comes Ripple Isle, the quarter in 28 2/5. The leader by 2.5 lengths is Sportin' Life. Egyptian Senor racing second in third. Ripple Isle racing in fourth is Falcon Adios. Captain Vic with Light Opera racing seventh. Baker Shaker, Kelso Hanover is eighth. The trailing horse, the Rum Jungle. They move in for the half mile, staying out there a length and a half. Sportin' Life, Egyptian Senor is second. He drives from second, racing third to the 3/4 mile pole. That's Falcon Adios on the outside. Rum Jungle hustles up fourth. The leader is Egyptian Senor on the outside. Falcon Adios racing second. Sportin' Life is third, racing fourth to the corner. That's the Light Opera in fifth position. Round the turn goes Baker Shaker, 3/4, 128 2. The leader by a length and a half, Egyptian Senor. Falcon Adios right there, second. On the outside, Light Opera third. They're in the stretch. Egyptian Senor, the leader. That's Light Opera closing on the outside. Egyptian Senor, Light Opera is coming to him on the outside. That's the Light Opera getting up. Number